Beyond Crazy, Sarah Hamid on Mad, Friday, November 15th, 1996, after 10 p.m. I'm crying again in my room as I listen to Sarah McLachlan CDs and clutch an old teddy bear in the dark. The door is open because I secretly want someone to find me, but the closest room is my grandmother's, and she's incredibly hard of hearing. My parents' room is on the far side of the house. It must be the 100th consecutive day of crying, for no reason other than the doom-filled feeling that I am slowly falling off the edge of the world. I sleep 15 hours a day, sneaking in lovely escapist naps when no one is looking, and I often think of the mercifulness of suicide. All this from a well-rounded, spiritual, and amiable straight-A student attending university on a $20,000 scholarship. If I, of all people, can't think away this thing in my head, who can? My grandmother's numerology predictions always indicated that my 18th year would be very important. It turns out she was right. That November night, I couldn't stand the pain anymore. I couldn't stand the hiding. All those times wearing sunglasses so no one would see me cry, weeping in showers and into towels and teddy bears. I hadn't told another living soul, just God in my prayers, about what I was going through. Praying several times a day gave me strength not to kill myself, but it didn't help the symptoms. I needed human help desperately. I started the journey to my mom's room a dozen times before I made it to her door, and still bawling, said the words, "Mommy, there's something wrong with me. I'm going crazy." I don't know how I mustered the courage because I felt like such a failure. Running over to hold me, she asked what was wrong. I blubbered that I didn't know. She asked if I was feeling overwhelmed with school. I said, I guess. I didn't want to tell her it was bigger than school, that school actually gave me distraction and purpose. How do you tell a mother that her otherwise healthy, vibrant 18-year-old daughter is overwhelmed by life? My father also had a short but deep bout of depression upon his arrival to Canada from Switzerland, and before that, a war-ravaged Afghanistan. Alone in Vancouver, unable to find a job, this otherwise articulate, educated, and physically impressive man was reduced to tears. He ultimately found solace in his faith and readings of the Quran. My father had always told me religion was like toothpaste. It comes in lots of different brand names and flavors, but the function is the same, to cleanse the soul. My own spiritual faith gave me solace too, solace that my suffering would end and ultimately serve some purpose. I couldn't or wouldn't believe God could do this to me for nothing. But while God was working to help my soul, my doctor was working on my brain chemistry. I was immediately put on antidepressant number 1, but it made me feel worse. Not only did it not help my illness, it added 2 caffeine-like side effects, complete insomnia and the jitters. After a horrific week, I went off it and tried the pill behind the door number 2. Almost immediately I got better. During this whole game to find the magical chemical cocktail, I was in second year university doing a co-op term and was employed as a work-at-home journalist. I also just happened to be falling in love for the first time. It certainly doesn't wait for a convenient moment to find you. Love rudely awakened me to the numbing effect that depression and the drugs that are supposed to help it can have on sexual thoughts and feelings. Luckily, I had landed myself a real sweetie who saw me behind the gray haze, saw me at my absolute worst, and loved me anyway. So, for now, medication keeps me stable. What keeps me well is attention to exercise, faith, sleep, nutrition, stress levels, and social support. My social network has been great, especially my mom and my boyfriend, because they've physically been there during so many spells. They know exactly what to do. Just listen and hold me.